Professor Li Li made an exciting speech on CCTV, calling on the Chinese military to take the initiative to attack. This point of view has aroused extensive discussions in the entire media, breaking the long-standing norm of the Chinese military embracing a modesty stance. Professor Li Li's suggestion once again pushed the topic of we don't shoot the first shot, but we don't allow the enemy to shoot the second shot into the spotlight. In the past, in an era of fighting with light weapons and smaller military forces, this view may have been appropriate and played an important role. However, does this still apply on the modern battlefield, especially given the presence of heavy weapons and high-tech equipment? Expert Li Xiaojian put forward a thought-provoking point of view. He pointed out that the sentence originated from a battlefield concept of the enemy is strong and we are weak. In that era, even if the enemy fired the first shot, due to our huge force and high morale, we could quickly counterattack and suppress the enemy, thus preventing the opponent from firing a second shot. However, modern warfare has undergone tremendous changes, especially considering the presence of heavy weapons such as artillery, missiles, and nuclear weapons on the modern battlefield. Once the enemy fires the first shot, we will not only suffer heavy losses, but may even have no chance to fight back effectively. Therefore, the viewpoint of dare to shoot the first shot put forward by Professor Li Li and other military generals such as Daiyu Ejin, Dai Su, and Jin Yunan deserves our full attention and in-depth discussion. Times are changing, weapons are changing, and our strategies naturally need to be adjusted accordingly. This is not to belittle oneself or to act rashly, but a pragmatic and rational adjustment made according to the current international situation and the characteristics of the war. Perhaps, the new concept of war and strategic slogans should also keep pace with the times. As Professor Li Li puts it, dare to fire the first shot, and don't give the enemy a second chance. This is not only a strategic innovation, but also a clear understanding of real threats and a countermeasure. Such a change is the inevitable result of the progress of the times and the evolution of wars, and it is also a reality that must be considered and accepted for the safety of the country and the people. In the context of increasingly fierce global strategic competition, the Chinese military must dare to take responsibility and act bravely. The modest stance in the past may have protected our security to a certain extent, but under the current situation, it may become a factor restricting development. Today, with rapid technological progress, the Chinese military needs to be more proactive in adapting to new forms of warfare and meeting challenges. Of course, this strategic adjustment does not mean acting rashly or abandoning the principle of peaceful development. On the contrary, it is based on the consideration of the greatest protection of national interests and people's safety, and takes actions in advance to avoid more serious consequences. We will still adhere to the path of peaceful development and actively commit ourselves to international cooperation and maintaining regional stability. However, when the nation faces a direct threat, we must have the courage and the ability to respond decisively to it. Let us wait and see how future strategic adjustments will affect the development of the Chinese military and the guarantee of national security. Please continue to follow our coverage for the latest information. Only on the basis of close unity and correct guidance can the Chinese military better perform its duties of maintaining national security and safeguarding peace, and make positive contributions to building a prosperous, strong, democratic, culturally advanced, and harmonious modern socialist country. Thank you very much for your attention to the development of the Chinese military and national security. From the perspective of experts, it can be seen that modern warfare has undergone tremendous changes, especially the existence of heavy weapons and high-tech equipment, making the concept of the battlefield in the past may no longer be applicable. Under the current international situation, the Chinese military needs to respond to challenges more proactively and make strategic adjustments according to the actual situation. However, this strategic adjustment does not mean acting rashly or abandoning the principle of peaceful development. On the contrary, it is proposed based on the consideration of the greatest guarantee of safeguarding national interests and people's safety. The Chinese military will still adhere to the path of peaceful development and actively commit itself to international cooperation and maintaining regional stability. At the same time, when faced with direct threats, the Chinese military also has the courage and ability to respond decisively. How future strategic adjustments will affect China's military development and national security needs further observation and research. We will continue to pay attention to relevant reports and provide you with the latest information. Only on the basis of close unity and correct guidance can the Chinese military better perform its duties of maintaining national security and safeguarding peace, and make positive contributions to building a prosperous, strong, democratic, culturally advanced, and harmonious modern socialist country.